Welcome back to the channel, guys, and in today's video we are going to have a look at some of the Ultra League Premier battles, and these battles are one of the most competitive battles which I've faced till now. And a lot of them were like 1 CP or 1 HP close. I think those were insane, and I've put those battles in the start as well, so you will be enjoying those. And before we start with the battles, if you are new to the channel and if you like our content, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. If you're already subscribed to the channel, a big thanks to all of you. And if you want to join the Battleset Discord server, the link to that is in the description down below. So without further delays, let's start with the battles and see how the battle goes. So we are in a Swampert Lead, and in this matchup what I like to do is I like to sneak in a confusion in between, because that allows Gallade to win this matchup quite comfortably. And you don't need to shield the first Hydro Cannon, this will not KO. And Swampert definitely would want to shield a Leaf Blade if it wants to survive, and we are able to sneak in one confusion, so that's good for us, because now we will be able to throw 2 Leaf Blades. But the opponent tried to catch on a Leaf Blade there. That was very good move from my opponent's side, but I was aware of that swap. So yeah, good catch, good attempt from my opponent's side, and we will be able to pair Umbreon up against this Dragonite. This is most likely going to be a Hurricane, which it is. Which does, yeah, I mean, even if it's from a Shadow Dragonite, Umbreon is so bulky that it is able to take on everything. And I was fortunate enough to get a Hundo Umbreon, and in the last event wherein AV was getting a last resort upon evolution, I made this. And now I come in with Talonflame, and I am expecting them to. I was originally trying to boost the attack and after farm a lot of energy, but the opponent swapped, which is quite surprising to me. And we are able to throw a Leaf Blade, throw a Brave Bird at the Swampert, which takes them out, and the Leaf Blade will be able to barely able to take out the Dragonite. But now this will allow us to get through and Flame Charge, an Incinerate, which is quite good. But maybe I did a misplay there. I should have come in with Gallade, and instead of throwing a Brave Bird on Swampert, I should have thrown the Leaf Blade. Maybe that was the right play, but going for this Flame Charge, and because Brave Bird definitely would not have KO'd, and this was like quite clutch for me. Because Surf will almost knock them out, and I need an undercharge to UnderTap to get this rip off this Brave Bird, and this Brave Bird will be able to knock the Lapras out. So yeah, definitely undercharge or UnderTap is something that you need to UnderTap, not undercharge. It's something that you need to really be cautious about when you are running something like Confusion or Incinerate, especially Incinerate. So yeah, good game. Moving on to the next one, we were in a Gengar Lead. So Gengar just bailed after throwing a Shadow Punch, and I think the opponent was trying to get a shield there. But now we are even on shields, and now I come in with Talonflame to start getting ahead on energy, honestly, and then throw a potential Flame Charge and raise our attack. I did not really want to come in with Umbreon, because Umbreon will act as a very good up against that Gengar. Even though they might be running Focus Blast, that still Umbreon can tank one. So we go for the Flame Charge. Unfortunately, this barely puts a dent into Snorlax, so that's why I will have to throw another one. But the Talonflame attack is crazy boosted at the moment, and Machamp comes in, which will be able to farm us down. So this is not looking good for us. We are able to sneak in a Confusion, though that is quite good, and I shield this Cross Chop, unfortunately, but I didn't want my opponent to know that I do have an Umbreon in the back. We are able to farm down the Gengar as well, which is quite good, and this Leaf Blade is definitely going to take the shield, and I wanted to do Confusion damage before swapping out, because this will put this Machamp in the foul play range, and Machamp really needs to throw 2 cross chops along with some counters in order to knock them out. We are able to sneak in 1 Snarl, which is huge, and now again we would have to do an undertap. So doing an undertap, and yeah, I don't know what happened there, but apparently Umbreon threw a move that could have been fatal for me, but still we are able to win this game, and yeah, GG's. Moving on to the next one, picking up a negative lead, and this is probably the lead which I don't like to see, especially in the lead. I mean, Charm lead is quite bad for us, and there comes a Surfist. So this matchup is still okay because Surfist is not a very bulky Pokemon, and apart from Brave Bird, it cannot hit us with anything that will be able to KO. Leaflet still does some decent chunk, and based on the damage coming in from the first last resort, we definitely will be able to win this matchup if the opponent doesn't shield this last resort, which I think the opponent will do. They would probably want to retain the switch advantage. So as expected, they shielded the last resort. At least we are able to get them on one shield, which I believe what was the other Pokemon? The Talonflame would be able to do really well up against it. They get a boost, which was quite not necessary. So they come in with got pretty much hard countered there. Cannot really say anything. But there is still some play left, because if we manage to wait the switch timer enough to get rid of the Swampert, then maybe we still have some play. So we go for the spray, but the opponent doesn't shield, which is quite huge, because now I would be able to shield this charge move and completely farm down the Swampert. So let's see what's going to happen, and the switch timer is almost up, so I'm quite aware of that. So throwing this flame charge, and flame charge will get the shield most likely, and now I swap into Gallade to take on that damage coming in from charge, but I'm still one incinerate away, and yeah, that was hugely close. I mean, I almost got to the charge move at that time. So yeah, good game. Moving on to the next one, we are in a Talonflame lead. So this lead is still okay for me because confusion damage really adds up, and in one shield scenario, I think Gallade wins purely on the confusion damage if you go straight, even if you go straight leaf blade. So we are at 2 leaf blades. This first one will not do barely any damage, but I think the opponent was afraid of a close combat. So I still want this Talonflame to go down, because I can afford to throw 2 shields at either Gallade or Talonflame. There is no point in keeping shields for Umbreon, and the opponent also opts to double shield, and this is where Gallade wins this matchup, because yeah, I mean, the Talonflame will go down to that Leaf Blade, and now in comes this Venusaur, which is quite good for us because we do have a really good answer to that in the back. So this is most likely going to be a Sludge Bomb. Maybe they want to chip out the health from Talonflame, and we are just going to throw 1 Incinerate extra and then go for Flame Charge. There was no point in taking another Sludge Bomb to the face. So yeah, I think there was a, not really sure what happened there, but I think I eventually ended up winning because there was a Swampert in the back, if I remember that correctly. So I mean, moving on to the next game, and we are in a Charizard lead, and I think this is going to be quite wrong. I mean, this was not a right play, because certainly if I had thrown the dragon, if I had thrown the close combat later, then probably we would have a better chance. But what I wanted to do here was I wanted to swap, so hence I threw the close combat immediately, but it ended up being a CMP and I was not able to swap out of that matchup. So unfortunately we are paired up against the Swampert, and Swampert will be able to just make the life very difficult for our Talonflame. And at this moment I wanted to get even on shields, or at least knock out the Swampert, because Swampert is going to be really a big problem for us in the back, especially if it has energy such in this case. And as you can see, I was trying to swap onto the Gallade there, but unfortunately that transfer didn't go through. If it had gone through, I mean, that would have been the best possible situation that we could have been in. But yeah, it's going to be really difficult for us from here, unless they have a Gengar in the back. I don't think if there is anything apart from Gengar is going to be really bad for us, because Swampert can really I mean, even Swampert at this range will be able to take us out. And I was trying to charge up to 2 Fall Blast in order to knock out the Swampert, but the opponent made a brilliant catch onto the Charizard. And at this point, the game is pretty much wrapped up. I don't see a win condition here. And And yeah, I think it's going to be really sad ending for this Umbreon. I'm not really sure why I'm staying in this matchup anymore. I probably should have quit as soon as the opponent had. Yeah, maybe you can skip 5 or 10 seconds ahead, but there is no point in waiting for this game to see. Yeah, like eventually I quit, but yeah, maybe I was trying to see if they have a Gengar in the back, but as soon as the Venusaur came in, the game was pretty much over. So yeah, GG's. Moving on to the next one, picking up a positive lead in the form of the Nidoqueen, but you cannot really underestimate the damage coming in from Poison Fang and its debuff, because Poison Jab really will add up, and as you can see, the Poison Jab are really doing a lot of damage now. So I straight away go for this Leaf Blade, and we grab the shield. So this is still, so this is probably good for me, but I apparently go for a shield. Not really sure what I was trying to do. We are able to get to a Leaf Blade, fortunately, and if this wasn't the case, then it would have been really bad for us, because Leaf Blade will be able to knock out the Nidoqueen, and they have an Abomasnow in the back, so this is like the best possible switch in that could have been in for us. And now they have a Stunfisk, so this is going to be really fun, because Talonflame is really going to steamroll through this opponent's backline, and I think I shield this Rock Slide, because we will be able to get to the next Flame Charge, and this Flame Charge will be able to do a lot of damage onto this Galarian Stunfisk. And let's see, and I tried to catch a Rock Slide there, which I am successfully able to do, so thank God. And now the game is pretty much wrapped up, because we will be able to farm down this Galarian Stunfisk and have 2 foul plays ready for that Abomasnow once it comes back. And that Abomasnow really will need to land two energy balls, or I think 1 energy ball and 1 weather ball should be enough. But let's see what's going to happen. But we already have 2 foul plays ready, and I think 2 foul plays should be able to knock out the Abomasnow at that range. So, or not probably enough. Maybe some snarl damage as well. But I think the switch timer is up, so we will be able to swap into Talonflame, and that Incinerate which just went through will be able to knock out that Abomasnow, and the Stunfisk was out of energy, so yeah, they will end up quitting the match. And yeah, good game. Moving on to the next one, and we are in a Talonflame lead. So again, the play is going to remain the same, that I will try to take it to at least 1 shield, because Gallade cannot really take a Flame Charge to the face and then survive and further incinerate. So hence I shield the first charge move immediately, and I'm making sure that I don't allow an incinerate to go through, because that would really be a worse situation, and we are allowed to sneak in a confusion of our own, and hence now I will double shield the Gallade, because this now becomes a positive matchup for Gallade, and if the opponent ends up shielding this one, we are definitely winning this matchup. So opponent shields, and I think this is what most of the Talonflame users do. They think that Gallade cannot really KO with Leaf Blade at that range, but Leaf Blade does KO at that range, and now in comes Kingdra. So the game is still not over, because if they have something like Umbreon, not Umbreon, but if they have something like Dragonite or Swampert in the back, worst case, then it's going to be really bad for Talonflame. So expecting an outrage to come through, but Umbreon is so bulky. It does decent chunk considering it's Umbreon, but still it's nothing. So yeah, let's see how it pans out. So we are just chipping down this Kingdra with the foul plays, and this is most likely going to be Noctizuka. It was not enough for an outrage, so we survive this, and we will be able to throw this foul play at this Kingdra. And I undercharge this because I want to come in with Talonflame, but apparently we make the swap at the same time, and the opponent did a really good job in denying the Incinerate to go through. But I think at this point the game is pretty much wrapped up, because Brave Bird at that range will not KO the Swampert, and yeah, even an excellent throw will not cut it out, and Swampert will be able to knock us out with the next Hydro Cannon. So yeah, it's a big fat loss to the face, but yeah, I think it still came close. I think this it came down to CMP. Yeah, it came down to CMP. I mean, the foul play was ready, so Swampert apparently won the CMP there, and yeah, GG's. Moving on to the next one, picking up like picking up the worst possible lead when you're running Gallade. Even though the Confusions are still doing a decent chunk, so but they will be able to throw the Poison Fangs and just debuff the hell out of us. So I bank all the energy on the Gallade, and because Gallade with energy can really pull back those shields. But now they come in with Empoleon, and it's good that we are seeing Empoleon here rather than in the back, because Talonflame would not really have a good time up against it. And saving energy on Gallade now seems to be really a good idea. Now they are able to snake in a waterfall, which is not good. Yeah, if anyone has really good tips on how to deny the fast moves in case like Snarl, like I really struggle when the moves are on the longer animation, because as you can see, these are really just the Empoleon just got 2 waterfalls extra, and now I try to snipe Leaf Blade since the opponent already shielded that Empoleon. So the Empoleon is absolutely loaded on energy at the moment, and unfortunately we were not able to throw that Leaf Blade because I overtapped. And yeah, this is really going to be fatal for this Talonflame now, because Umbreon will not Umbreon but Empoleon will be able to get to another Hydro Cannon, and those 2 Hydro Cannon just proved to be really bad for us. And they have a Drapion in the back, so that really could have been a positive set or positive game if either Gallade would have been able to throw that Leaf Blade just in case I did not overtap, or the Empoleon went down before throwing the next Hydro. So yeah, I think I made a lot of mistakes in the last game, and certainly it was winnable. And that's it for this video, guys. I hope you really enjoyed watching that, and if you did, just hit the like and subscribe button. Until next time, peace.